Rips the mask. RJ peels off the skin mask and discovers Dylan is Luna. The lights in the guest part of the Forrester mansion were not very bright. They were a yellow color, the kind of light that usually makes you feel cozy and protected. Tonight the lights felt different. They felt scary and suspicious. It was like the walls of the Forrester mansion were waiting to see what would happen next. They were not making a sound. The Forrester mansion walls seemed to be holding their breath just like people do when they are nervous or afraid. RJ Forrester was standing outside the bedroom door. His hand was really close to the handle. RJ Forrester could feel his heart beating fast. It was beating loud that RJ Forrester was sure anyone who was inside the room could hear it. RJ Forrester had not planned to be at all. Not in this way. Once RJ Forrester started to feel doubtful, he just could not stop thinking about it. The doubt would not go away. Dylan. Rather, the person that everyone thought was actually Dylan. RJ swallowed hard. For weeks now things had not been right. Dylan was acting strange. She would not look in mirrors. Whenever someone said Luna's name, Dylan would jump. Sometimes when Dylan spoke, her voice sounded like someone's voice. It was really sad to hear. RJ thought about Dylan and these things that were not like her. RJ had tried to tell himself that he was just imagining things. He thought that the sadness he was feeling was playing tricks on his mind. The family had been through a lot. It was easy for RJ to think that someone was out to get him. RJ was worried that he was getting a little paranoid. The family had been through much and now RJ was starting to feel like he was losing his grip on reality because of the grief that the family was dealing with. Tonight was different though. He had actually seen it tonight. A thin edge of silicone near Dylan's neck. Barely visible. Almost perfect. Almost. RJ pushed the door open. He did this so the door was not closed anymore. The door was now open because RJ had pushed it. Dylan was standing near the vanity. Her back was to him. She was trying to fix the collar of her shirt. Her fingers were shaking. The mirror showed her eyes. They looked really scared. She was able to cover up her fear before he noticed. For a moment her eyes were wide with panic, and that was what the mirror reflected. Dylan's eyes were the thing that gave away how she was feeling. They looked really frightened even if it was just for a second. RJ, she said fast. You really scared me. Her voice was really cracked. RJ stepped inside. Closed the door behind him. It was really loud like a gunshot. The sound of the door closing echoed. RJ felt a little startled by the sound of the door. Why do you always lock this door? He asked in a voice. Dylan stiffened. I want to know about my privacy. Is that not allowed anymore? RJ did not answer. He walked closer to her slowly like he was walking up to an animal that was hurt. His eyes stayed on her neck the time. The man told him that he was bleeding. She put her hand up without thinking. It was really without thinking. The woman said that it was nothing. She told him that she must have scratched herself when she did something. The woman said that she scratched herself. RJ lifted his hand up in the air. RJ wanted to do something with his hand. The hand that RJ lifted was his own. She said, do not. I could see the fear in her eyes. The fear was over her face. That was it. RJ's voice became very quiet. He said, take it off. Silence. Dylan laughed in a nervous way. He said, what? He looked at RJ. Told him that he did not understand what RJ was talking about. Dylan said, RJ, you are not making any sense. He thought that RJ was talking nonsense. He told me that I am the one. I used to be the one. This was before I started to hide everything. She shook her head. You are imagining Facebook things and other things, and Facebook things are not real. RJ stepped closer to her, his fingers touching the edge of her jaw. He could feel something was not right. It was too smooth, not like skin. There was a seam, he was sure of it. RJ felt the seam on her jaw. It was definitely not natural. He stopped breathing for a moment. His breath caught. It was like time had stopped and all he could do was wait to see what would happen next, with the breath that had caught in his throat. Oh my God, he said quietly. The thing is actually real. Dylan took a step back. RJ, please, he said to RJ. RJ took hold of her wrist. He did not do it roughly. He did it firmly. At the time, RJ used his other hand to grab the edge of the skin mask that was on her face. RJ held the skin mask tightly. He looked at the girl. The skin mask was something RJ wanted to see closely, so RJ pulled on it gently. No, she cried. You do not understand the situation, she said. The woman was really upset. You do not understand, she repeated. RJ pulled hard. The sound was really quiet. It was also very scary. It sounded like something was being torn off slowly. The mask was coming off. It was a very bad feeling. The face that people thought was familiar was slowly being revealed to be something. The mask was peeling away inch by inch. RJ stumbled backwards. He lost his balance. Staggered back. Underneath was Luna. Her real face. Pale. Tear-streaked. Eyes full of terror and relief all at once. RJ's knees almost gave out on him. RJ was really scared that his knees were going to give out. RJ thought to himself that his knees were not going to hold him up. RJ's knees felt very weak. His voice cracked. Luna, he said slowly. You are alive. Luna held the torn mask tight to her chest. She said, I did not want you to find out like this. Luna felt really bad that the mask was torn. You saw it. The torn mask was very important to Luna. RJ looked at her, shaking his head again and again. He said, we buried you. We thought you were really gone. We were so sad about it. My family was very upset. My mother was especially sad. Luna said this. She started to cry. I know, she said. I was hiding and watching when all the people were very sad because they thought I was gone, Luna said. RJ's anger just burst out. He said, why did you do that? Why would you let us think you were really dead? She looked down. Because Dylan was supposed to be dead. RJ froze. He said, what? Luna swallowed hard. She said, the accident was not supposed to happen to Luna. The room felt smaller to me. The air in the room was really thick. RJ said this slowly. You mean Dylan is actually dead? Luna nodded, tears streaming down her face. I was really there, she said. I saw the whole thing happen. I totally panicked. I knew that if the truth came out, the Luna family would lose everything that they had worked for. The truth would destroy everything that the Luna family had built. RJ backed away like she had really struck him. He looked totally shocked that RJ had done that to him. RJ was still standing there looking at RJ with a lot of anger in her eyes. He asked him a question. Did you take her life away from her? You walked around looking like her? Luna said this quietly. I wore her name. I put on her mask. I took on her past. This was the way I could make it through. RJ ran his hand through his hair. He was breathing hard. He said, you let me fall in love with you. RJ thought about the girl he was talking to. He was talking about how she let him fall in love with her. Luna stepped forward. I never meant to do that, she said. I tried to stay from you. The thing is, you saw Luna. You always saw Luna no matter what Luna did. RJ laughed in a bitter way. No, he said. I saw the person you wanted me to see. Tears fell freely now. I loved you, Luna said. As Luna. Not Dylan. Never Dylan. RJ's voice cracked. Do you have any idea what you have done to the family? The woman was really scared. Someone was watching her the time. If she had not become Dylan, she would have ended up dead like the others. The woman said that she was very frightened and someone was keeping an eye on her. Becoming Dylan was the way she could have stayed alive. RJ's eyes got really small. He said, who? Before Luna could say anything, someone knocked on the door. Brooke called out. RJ, she said. Are you inside? RJ and Luna looked at each other. You could see the fear in their eyes. They were really scared. RJ and Luna were completely panicked. RJ whispered. Does she know about this? Luna shook her head fast. Nobody knows about this. If people find out about this thing, it is going to be bad, because if this gets out, it will cause a lot of trouble for Luna and the people around her, and nobody wants that to happen to Luna and the people around her, not because of this thing that nobody knows about, except that now Luna is worried that someone might find out about this thing. RJ looked at the mask that was lying on the floor. The lie was already falling apart. RJ could see that the truth was starting to come out. The mask that was supposed to hide everything was now. It was clear that the lie was not going to hold up anymore. RJ felt like the whole thing was unraveling. The torn mask on the floor was a sign that the lie was already bleeding out, and it was only a matter of time before everything came crashing down. Brooke knocked on the door again. She said, RJ. Then she said, open the door. RJ turned back to Luna. His eyes were really sad. They were full of heartbreak. RJ looked at Luna with much heartbreak in his eyes. This is a deal, he said. Everything is different now, he said. The situation has changed completely, the man said. This changes everything, the man said. The man opened the door. He turned the handle, pushed the door open. The door was the one that led to the room. He walked through the door. Brooke stepped inside. Then she just stopped moving. Her eyes landed on the mask. She was looking at the mask. The mask was what caught her attention. Her eyes were fixed on the mask, then on Luna's face, then back to RJ. Brooke whispered, "What is going on?" Luna fell to her knees. She was really upset. That is why Luna fell to her knees. Luna felt like the world was against her, and that made Luna fall to her knees. The woman said she was sorry. She really meant it. The woman said she was very sorry. Brooke's hand went up to her mouth. She said, "Luna, you are really..." Luna said that she is alive. Dylan is dead. Brooke's scream was really loud. It echoed all through the mansion. The sound of Brooke's scream was so loud that it filled the mansion. A while later, Ridge and Steffi and Eric rushed into the room. The truth really came out. It was like a big explosion. The truth was shocking. It felt like a bomb had gone off. The truth was very surprising. It was like nothing anyone expected. The truth was a deal, and it changed everything. Steffi looked at them with a lot of fear. She said, "You let us think you were dead." Ridge's face got really dark. He said, "You lied to our family." Eric looked really broken. He asked, "Why, child?" Luna stood up. Her body was shaking. She was determined. She said, "The truth is really bad. It is even worse than you think it is." RJ stepped beside her, even though he did not really mean to do that. He just did it anyway. Now he was standing right beside her. "The woman is hiding something bad," he said. Someone there wanted Dylan to be gone completely. The room fell silent. It was like everyone in the room just stopped talking at once. The room was really quiet. There was no noise in the room. The room was silent. There is a place in Los Angeles where a phone started ringing. A shadowy figure smiled. This person was really happy. The shadowy figure had a smile on their face, and this smile was very nice to see. The shadowy figure was smiling because something good had happened to the figure. The mask was off, but the nightmare was just beginning. The silence in the guest wing was broken by Brooke's scream. It was so loud that it echoed down the marble hallway and around the staircases. This scream was so loud that it got the attention of every Forrester who was nearby. Ridge was the one to do something. He pushed past Brooke, went into the room. His eyes looked around the room like he was walking into something bad that he did not want to see. What he saw was really bad. RJ was pale and shaking. Luna was standing there with nothing to hide behind. The fake skin mask was lying on the floor like a snake that had shed its skin. The scene was like a bad crime that Ridge did not want to believe had actually happened. Brooke's scream had brought everyone to the room. Now they could all see the truth about Luna and the fake skin mask. Ridge's eyes were fixed on the scene. He could not look away from what he was seeing. The guest wing was no longer silent. The truth was finally out. Ridge's breath came out slowly. He said, "That is just impossible." Steffi came up behind him. Her high heels made a noise on the floor, and then they just stopped. Her face went really white. "Luna," she said quietly. "But we dash." Brooke said this in a voice, tears running down her face. "We put her in the ground. I had a memorial for her. I talked about her like she was really gone and not coming back." Eric stepped last. He moved slowly. His steps felt heavy. His eyes looked old and tired. They were filled with sadness and disappointment when he looked at Luna. "Child," Eric said in a voice, "what have you done to get into this situation?" Eric looked at Luna with a lot of sorrow in his eyes. He was clearly disappointed in what Luna had done. Eric said it again, "Child, what have you done?" Luna could not meet any of the eyes of the people around her. She looked down at the floor. She looked at the mask that was in front of her. She thought about the life of Luna that she had ruined with one choice. "I am alive," Luna said in a voice. That is what Luna did to survive. Steffi's voice was really sharp. "You are going to do that by stealing someone's identity?" Luna said this as she looked up. "By hiding, that is what I had to do. Because someone actually wanted me, Luna, to be dead." That really stopped everyone in their tracks. It was like everything just came to a halt when that happened. The thing that stopped everyone was pretty surprising. Ridge frowned. "You really think we are going to believe that?" RJ stepped forward without thinking. This actually surprised him. He said, "She is telling the truth." RJ did not know everything about it yet. He knew what fear looked like when he saw it, and that is what he saw in her fear. RJ was sure that the woman was telling the truth about something. It was clear that she was really scared. Brooke looked at her son. RJ, she was not honest with you. She let you have feelings for a person who was not real. RJ, that person was made up. She knew it. She let you love someone who did not actually exist. RJ. RJ swallowed hard. He said, "I fell in love with Luna. I really did fall in love with Luna." He thought about this for a moment, then added, "Even when Luna was pretending to be Dylan, I still fell in love with Luna." Luna's eyes got all teary when she heard what he said. Steffi crossed her arms. "This is not romantic all. This is a thing that you are doing," Steffi said, "and she meant it. This is criminal." Luna flinched. She said, "I never meant to hurt anyone all with my actions. I really did not mean to hurt Luna's friends or the people Luna cares about." Rich said this in a voice. He told the person that they did something. Now the person is going to tell Ridge everything about what they did. Ridge wants to know all the details. He wants to know them now. Luna. She looked really shaky. Dylan found out something that she was not supposed to know. The room was completely silent, like it was waiting for something to happen. The room was so quiet that you could feel the tension, like the room was holding its breath. Luna went on to say that she found out about some money being hidden. This money was in accounts that were not in the country. There were also companies that did not really do anything. Someone was using these companies to clean money that came from people who worked with Forrester. Eric's jaw got really tight. He said, "Are you saying that our company is doing something that's against the law?" "No," Luna said. "Someone who is really close to it is involved." Ridge looked at Brooke. Said who? Before Luna could answer, footsteps thundered down the hallway again. This time it was Bill Spencer. Bill was really upset. He asked, "What is happening?" He stopped walking when he saw Luna. Then should I say Dylan? Luna's eyes got really big because she was so scared. Luna was totally frightened. RJ turned sharply. He said, "You knew about this?" Bill looked at the mask that was lying on the floor. Then he looked back at Luna. For a moment Bill's face showed something that Luna could not understand. "I thought something was going on," Bill said. "But I did not know the mask was involved in this way," Bill said about the mask. Steffi got really upset. Said, "You thought someone was pretending to be a girl who is dead, and you did not tell anyone about it? You suspected a woman was impersonating a girl, and you did not say anything to anyone about a woman impersonating a dead girl." Bill's voice got really quiet. "The truth is connected to something a lot more dangerous." Ridge took a step closer to Spencer. "Spencer, what is Spencer involved in?" Bill let out a breath. He said, "Dylan was looking deep into my companies." Luna's breath caught in her throat. She said that the woman had talked to him directly, and that the woman had confronted him. Bill did not deny it. He said, "She was asking questions that could have destroyed everything that we have." RJ's eyes got really angry. He said, "Did you kill her?" Bill said no. He meant it. Someone else was involved. Bill said that for sure. Bill was talking about something that happened. Someone else did it. The room just exploded into chaos. It was like everything was calm. Then suddenly the room erupted. Things were happening all at once. It was really crazy. Brooke shouted. "You knew she was dead and you let Luna take the blame for it. You let Luna take the fall for something she did not do. You let Luna take the fall?" Bill said, "I did not let anything happen." He was really upset. Luna disappeared before he could do anything to stop her. When Luna came back as Dylan, Bill figured out that Luna was hiding for a reason. Bill thought that Luna was hiding because something was wrong. Ridge shook his head because he could not believe it. "You actually played along with the thing," he said to them about the situation with the game and the people who were playing at the game that they all knew as the one that Ridge and the other people were talking about the game. Bill looked him in the eye. "I want to know who is really in charge and making all the decisions," Bill said, talking about finding out who was pulling the strings. Luna whispered. "The night that Dylan died was really bad. She got hit from behind. Somebody pushed her into the traffic." Steffi gasped. She said that someone had actually murdered her. The woman Steffi was talking about. Steffi was really upset and said that someone had murdered Steffi's friend. Luna said yes. She went on to say that when she tried to report the problem, she got a message from them about the problem she was trying to report. The message was in response to her trying to report it. RJ turned to her. "What is the message that you are talking about?"